When we think about the newly established segment of compact pickups, some of the first things that come to mind are a unibody platform, engaging handling, comfortable ride, and affordable price. Pickups from Ford and Hyundai certainly check most of these boxes, but what if we say that there's a company that can do the job way better and offer a truck that can outclass rivals with ease? Yes, we are talking about Subaru releasing a 25K Maverick Challenger, a model that would offer great performance and also bring back some great memories from a few decades ago. Baja Returns. Of course, when we say Subaru pickup, we're thinking of the famous Baja, which was introduced more than 2 decades ago back in 2002. That model had all the amazing features people are praising the Maverick for these days. It was maneuverable, easy to drive, affordable, and pretty capable. It turns out it was way ahead of its time, so people didn't really understand all of the benefits of its design. That's probably the main reason why it remained in production for just about 4 years. It's never been a top seller, but from this time distance, it looks like people finally realized its amazingness, and therefore, it's no surprise that the old Baja has a pretty impressive following among enthusiasts. The hype around Baja's return is building around, so much that even the local dealers started playing with digital renderings. With all that said, it's pretty obvious that this is a perfect time for Subaru to capitalize on the innovation of its engineers from a few decades ago and offer the all-new iteration. Design and dimensions. If you're familiar with Subaru's production cycles, you know very well that the Outback is about to receive a full redesign in the next year. Therefore, the new Subaru Baja would arrive at about the same time. The original model was heavily based on the legendary wagon, so we see no reason why Subaru would change the recipe. In other words, the new Baja would come with all the novelties that the next generation Outback is about to bring. The overall layout, though, won't bring surprises. So what we're about to see is an updated version of the company's modular platform, which may bring some new tech solutions, but that definitely won't change the overall layout. In the case of the Baja, the key difference would be in their body style. We would see the same approach as before, a crew cab pickup with a relatively small bed size. The design language would be shared with the new Outback, especially at the front end, while the real magic would happen under the sheet metal, just like in any other Subaru. This refers to the 2 most important ingredients of every Subaru: a boxer engine and all-wheel drive. The Baja could also come with further suspension upgrades and chassis reinforcement, but first things first, let's start with the size, powertrain, and that legendary all-wheel drive system. As for dimensions, we presume that the new pickup would be a little bit longer than the Outback, with a longer rear overhang that would provide a decently sized cargo bed. On the other hand, the wheelbase, which is currently good for about 108 inches, as well as other measurements, would probably remain the same as in the popular wagon. Engines. The original Baja was equipped with different variants of the iconic EJ engine, but these are different times, and the new generation would come with something different, though still pretty capable. It's easy to presume that the powertrain lineup would mimic the Outback's offer, which starts with the base 2.5-liter flat 4, which is naturally aspirated and puts out around 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque, which seems okay enough for the base variant. Still, we won't exclude the possibility to see this engine replaced by the new 1.8-liter turbocharged flat 4, which features slightly less power but notably more torque. In numbers, that would be 176 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of max twist. The original model was also available in a high-performance version with a turbocharged version of the EJ engine with, at the time, a respectable 210 horsepower. The new generation, on the other hand, would rather come with the modern 2.4-liter FA engine. This unit is also turbocharged and puts out around 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. Plenty enough to compete with performance versions of the Maverick and Santa Cruz. As for the transmission, a CVT with 8 simulated speeds is a safe pick, but we also hope that Subaru could surprise us with the manual transmission offered in pair with that 2.4-liter turbo flat 4. Symmetrical all-wheel drive will make a difference. The thing with Subaru is that all models, except for the BRZ Sports Coupe, come standard with all-wheel drive, and the new Subaru Baja certainly won't be an exception. Moreover, that would be the main trump card that would set this model apart from other compact pickups, namely Both Maverick and Santa Cruz come standard with front-wheel drive, while an all-wheel drive is optional. Still, their all-wheel drive system would be no match for the Baja, which would come with the legendary Symmetrical all-wheel drive. That system is widely recognized as one of the two best all-wheel drive systems around, along with Audi's Quattro system. The secret of the system isn't in some super advanced electronics, it's all about physics. Namely, while other all-wheel drive systems are typically front or rear-wheel drive biased, this one is built as an all-wheel drive from scratch. The Boxer engine is perfectly placed and comes coupled with a symmetrical drivetrain with equal-length half axles. This results in perfect weight distribution, which is the reason why Subaru models rule on snow, mud, and other loose surfaces. With such a setup, the new Subaru Baja would offer superior grip and superior off-road performance, which is important even among compact pickups. Speaking of off-road performance, we're pretty sure that the new Baja would also come in the newly established Wilderness trim, which comes with upgrades like all-terrain tires, increased ground clearance, and a good portion of exclusive styling details. What about towing capacity? Thanks to the standard all-wheel drive, the new Baja should offer respectable ratings in terms of the towing capacity of the base versions. For example, the base Outback, with the naturally aspirated engine, can tow 2,700 pounds, so the new pickup should match these numbers or maybe offer even more. For comparison, that's already 700 pounds more than the base Maverick. With the 260 horsepower turbo engine, the Outback is good for about 3,500 pounds, and we presume that with a few upgrades, the new Baja could easily reach 4,000 pounds, which is the max towing capacity of the Maverick with the 4K tow package. Spacious and comfortable interior is what buyers are looking for. Just like the original model, the new Subaru Baja will share most of the parts with the Outback. This means that the cabin design could also be the same, not just in terms of the dashboard design, but also in terms of seating configuration. The Outback offers two spacious rows of seats, and if the Baja offers the same measurements in terms of head and leg room, it'll be able to accommodate the adults with ease. As for the dashboard design and overall build quality, days when Subaru models were all about dull aesthetics and cheap materials are long gone. If you look at the new Outback, you can see a modern cabin with quality materials and a lot of attention to detail. Of course, the new Baja might offer a few more areas with low-rent materials to cut the starting price, but the overall build quality would remain at the same level for sure. This also means a full load of tech features, as the current Outback already comes with everything you would expect from a modern car in terms of advanced technologies. For example, there's an available pretty big 11.6-inch touchscreen with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, navigation, wireless charging, and many more. Of course, base models would be less generous with standard equipment, but still competitive enough for the segment. Flexible and versatile cargo bed. One of the main drawbacks of the original Baja was its bed size, which was just 41 inches long. Given the expected overall dimensions, we don't believe that the new model could significantly improve in this aspect, though we believe it could reach a full 4 feet, which would be on par with the Santa Cruz. Therefore, Subaru engineers would have to go for some smart solutions that can make this bed more practical, and once again, we can refer to the original Baja. That bed featured a so-called switchback design, which combined a bed extender with the rear hatch that opens inward and folds flat with the rear seats down. As a result, the total bed length was able to increase to 75 inches, so we presume Subaru engineers could come up with something similarly clever in the new model. Release date and price. The all-new Subaru Baja could arrive along with the next-generation Outback, which is scheduled for the next year. Despite all the features and design solutions, we still think that the Japanese car maker will be able to offer this pickup at a quite competitive price. The Outback starts at under $30,000, and we presume that, with a few more savings, the new Baja could cost just around $25,000 or $26,000 in its most basic variant. On the other hand, the rugged Wilderness trim would probably cost over $35,000. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.